Hi guys! Andito ako sa Fort Legend Tower kasama si Sir Warren Perez. At nandito siya para sagutin ang ilang katanungan ko tungkol sa iba pang impormasyon tungkol sa British technology na si Eniscope. Magandang araw sa iyo, Sir Warren Perez.
Good morning.
Ngayon at alam na natin kung ano ang nagagawa ni Eniscope para sa mga gusali at infrastruktura. Paano nga ba gumagana si Eniscope? Una, simulan natin sir sa paano nga ba in-install si Eniscope?
Si Eniscope is plug and play. So pag sinabi natin plug and play, once kinabit mo, pwede mo na siyang gamitin. So ganun din si Eniscope. Kinakabit natin siya malapit sa circuit breaker. Minamount natin siya doon at tinatap natin siya doon sa bawat circuits ng breaker. So ito ay para ma-measure natin yung konsumo ng kuryente ng bawat equipment na nakakonect dun sa circuit na yun. So, paano natin siya kinoconnect is dun sa breaker, sa circuit. So, sa electrical wire ng circuit na yun, magtatap lang tayo nitong tinatawag nating CT adapter o current transformer. So, ikiniklip lang natin ito dun sa wire ng circuit na yun. Yan. And then yung dulo naman nito, para makabit natin siya kay Eniscope. So si Eniscope kasi meron niyang mga RJ ports, parang port ng mga telepono. Yung dulo nito is kakabit lang natin dito sa RJ adapter. Na ito parang telephone line, which is ipa-plug lang natin dito sa mga nakikita yung RJ ports. Then, that's it. Makakapag-collect na ng data si Eniscope dun sa konsumo ng kuryente. Kung ano mang circuit yung kinabitan natin ito.
Paano nga po ba nakakapag-collecta ng data si Eniscope?
Since Eniscope is an IoT device, so Internet of Things yung tinatawag natin. Meaning to say, nakakonect siya sa internet. So, accessible siya via your mobile phones, or your desktops and laptops. So IoT meaning yung makokolekta nating electrical consumption ng bawat circuit or equipment na dadaan dito, ma-access natin siya through the internet only because this is an IoT ready device. So basically we will just plug if there is a direct source of internet connection dun sa site. So, the Ethernet port, which is available here in the Eniscope, so we can directly tap into the internet connection of that premise. Or kung wala naman, we can always opt for a wireless internet connection, which is available naman sa market tulad ng mga Globe o Smart LTE. And yeah, they can come in postpaid or prepaid, and we can tap into the same way into the Ethernet port of the Eniscope and connect to the internet. So as long as there is an internet connection available, we can always access those data that has been collected by the Eniscope.
So sir, you said IoT device, Internet of Things. Pero saan nga po ba nakalagay ang mga nakakollect na data ni Eniscope?
Good question. Being an IoT device, accessible via the internet, so the data collected will be stored into the cloud server. So this cloud service is highly secured, and this comes along with the service and the device that our company will be offering to the clients. So there's no extra charge for this cloud service. While at the same time, if the clients want to have instant or readily available data, if they don't want to download it from the cloud, well, we still have the old way of there is an SD card port here, and it already comes with an SD card with the size sufficient to collect a substantial amount of data, then they can always access the data collected through this SD card. So two ways is through downloading it from the cloud server or from the SD card.
So sir, having this data na nakokollect na Eniscope, paano naman gagamitin ang nakollected na data for monitoring and targeting?
Well, since we are collecting the data per equipment, since we are tapping into the circuit of the breaker, so we can always verify the performance of that equipment, whether it's performing optimally or it's wasting energy. The same way we can monitor the behavior of the occupants. If the occupant is wasteful, or do they have an austere, good behavior na matipid sila sa kuryente, malalaman natin yan. Pwede natin balikan yung specific time and day dahil available nga ang data natin through the cloud. We can always go back to that particular moment or instances na nakita natin may unusual activity. Halimbawa, nag-spike ang consumption for that period, we can always investigate, and in the future, we can eliminate those kind of behaviors.
So sir, sa sinasabi niyo na yun, na real-time monitoring system, does that mean si client ang gagawa nito? Or sino nga po ba ang gagawa?
The client will have the same access as we have. Visible sa kanila yung performance ng store or ng establishment, kung paano ito nagkukonsumo ng kuryente. But our company will be providing this service along with the product, the hardware and the software. Our energy managers will be conducting the energy monitoring for them and will continuously look for saving opportunities. So this will be a continuous monitoring process. So it will be us, our company, together with our command center sa Malaysia and the UK, who will continuously monitor and look for opportunities para makasave sila ng kuryente.
Okay, sir. So, can you tell us kung ano po ba yung energy monitoring reduction program ng Tradersturf.Energy using Eniscope?
Like I mentioned, we're not selling this product by itself. So we are offering this as part of the service that we are providing to the clients. So it's our service with the hardware, the software, and the support from our Malaysia and UK command centers. And what we will basically do is initially, since it's a common notion for any businesses to see is to believe, there is that notion, to see is to believe. So what we do is, initially we will conduct a proof of value to the client, meaning to say we will prove to the client that the system and the program works. So we will set a benchmark of how much potential savings there is for that site. We will prove it to the client. How we do that is for a period of 3 months. On the first month, we will basically be collecting the occupant or the facility's energy consumption, the normal way that they do their operations. So from there we can see the consumption and the behavior of the occupants, and from there then we can see look for opportunities. We can pinpoint energy leakages, energy wastage, and eliminate them. So there are 3 ways. There's what we call behavioral change, there's operational change, and there's retrofit installation. When we say behavioral change, like what I mentioned previously, there's a bad behavior, there's a good behavior. So we will try to eliminate those bad behavior, those wasteful behaviors, and we will promote those good behaviors, and we will incentivize those good behavior, such as switching off the lights when it's not in use, closing the doors promptly of the chillers or the entrance doors when there's no customer coming in. So those simple things can contribute a lot. Operational change will be changes to the way the company or the store or the establishment operates. So it could be the time we could recommend schedule as to what time they would turn on the air conditioners, at what temperature they're going to set their air conditioners. Could be the time when most appropriate time that they would turn on ovens or the fryers if they are a restaurant. So right in front of us are two of the retrofits that we have. First one here is the CUES or the chilled unit energy saver. So what this does is it mimics the food temperature. Once we place the temperature probe of the chiller into this device, the chiller would get a more accurate measurement of the food temperature rather than getting the temperature from the air or the air temperature. As a result, the chiller's compressor will perform based on the food temperature and not based on the air temperature, which is more optimal. The other one is the ACES or the air conditioning energy saver. So in the same way, ACES will optimize the performance of the compressor. So it will minimize the frequent on and off running of the compressor. It will make it more optimal. So that already will be a huge source of savings for the air conditioner alone. So those are basically the retrofit installations these are the most common retrofit installations that we do. So after installing all the necessary retrofits, then we will continuously monitor the performance of the site. And from there we can verify whether the installations and the conservation measures that we have implemented have resulted into savings for the company. So during that 3-month trial period or proof of value period, in the first month we would have collected 28 days worth of data with the company in their normal operations, and we will use that as a baseline. On the second month will be the installation of the retrofits and the implementation of conservation measures in terms of their operation and the behavior of the occupants. And on the third month, then we can do the measurement and verification. So from there we can already prove whether what we have implemented and installed into the site have resulted into a substantial amount of savings for the company. So if this amount of savings that we have established meets the targeted savings that we have projected before the start of the POV or the trial period, then we will proceed with a contract with the client. And as part of the contract, our company will do the continuous monitoring and targeting for additional savings with the client.
Sorry to ask, Sir Warren Perez, is it just a building management system, the Eniscope?
Well, actually, that's a common feedback that we are getting from the clients. They would tell us that they already have a BMS system or a building management system, when in fact Eniscope or EMS is a totally different thing. You could imagine a car, so the steering wheel, that would be your BMS. While the Eniscope or the EMS will be the dashboard, wherein you can see how fast you are traveling, how much fuel you're consuming, and how much fuel you have left. So having said that, BMS and EMS are two different things. But it doesn't mean that once you have a BMS, you can no longer have an EMS or the other way around. Actually, having them both will complement each other.
So, sir, having AMS and BMS, but sinasabi nila, energy monitoring system is the best solution. How can you say that? And what are its advantages?
Well, there is this study conducted by Siemens about the top 10 energy saving options. Number one in that list is energy monitoring and targeting. Why would they say that? First of all, it's the cheapest compared to all the other alternatives like LEDs and even BMS. Some people would also think of having solar panels installed in their sites, but actually it's not energy saving, it's actually energy generation. So you're actually creating additional energy for your consumption. So our question is, why create more energy when what you have is already enough? Yun nga lang, hindi natin to nagagamit efficiently. That's why we think we need to create more. What if what we are provided by Meralco, let's say, is already enough? We just need to use it wisely. So that's where energy monitoring and targeting comes in. We promote energy efficiency. Energy efficiency means it starts within our organization. So we just change your behavior, how you use your energy, and how we optimize your equipment to perform at the top level.
So having said that, sir, do you have any proof for it?
Yes, definitely. A lot of big clients are already trusting the Eniscope system. They can actually visit our website, www.Tradersturf.Energy, and go to the case studies section. Then from there they can see all the installations that we have done before. So just to name a few, we have KFC and 7-Eleven as one of our biggest clients globally.
So, sir, sige, having said that information for us, from the start, installing the Eniscope, kailan po namin makukuha yung savings, and when will we achieve energy efficiency?
Well, basically, savings and efficiency will come together as early as the first 3 months of our trial period or the proof of value. You would have already realized a substantial amount of energy savings. So once you achieve these savings, that's already a proof that you are being efficient with the way you use your energy.
So, sir, kanino po ba applicable sa Eniscope? And sa tingin nyo, sino yung mga potential clients nyo?
Actually, there's no limit in terms of the organizations who can take advantage of the system and the program. The most popular ones would be those who consume a lot of electricity with their air conditioners, chillers. So a good example would be convenience stores. Like I mentioned, 7-Eleven is already one of our biggest clients. So there is Ministop, Alpha Mart, and in terms of quick service restaurants or fast food restaurants, we already have KFC in our client list. So susunod na dyan is Jollibee, McDonald's. So it's also applicable to schools and buildings like condominiums and hotels. The list goes on and on. There's no limit. As long as you're using energy, as long as you're using electricity, we can always find a better way for you and make you more efficient.
So sir, thank you for that wonderful information for the Eniscope. Pero guys, may isang tanong na mahalaga na dapat niyang sagutin. And that would be, Sir Warren, how much does Eniscope cost?
Okay, that's a very important question to answer. And most businesses actually will have that concern when it comes to having this system installed in their establishments. How much investment should they put out? Well, to take that out of the equation, we are offering this on a shared savings program. So shared savings meaning to say, Tradersturf.Energy will only collect its fees from the amount of savings that we can deliver to the client. Meaning to say, no savings, no fees. And from that savings, Tradersturf.Energy will just get a portion of that. So there will be no initial cash outlay for the business from the client to get this product and service.
Thank you for your time, Sir Warren Perez. Do you have anything to say to the viewers out there?
Yeah, thanks for spending some time in listening to this presentation, and hopefully we were able to illustrate to the viewers how important energy efficiency is. Not only that it can bring savings to businesses, but also it will be our little way of helping out to fight the climate change and global warming. So hopefully we can work together in the near future, and good luck to all of us.
Guys, as I said before, your energy is our priority. So guys, ngayon alam nyo na yung general information at kung magkano sa Eniscope. Next episode naman, 6 strategies that will become possible when you have energy monitoring system in